what makes you, I guess, what is the one thing that upsets you about trans women?
Um, I'm not upset. I'm, what's the word? What the word would I use? I'm frightened. I'm
I get that.
frightened.
I
I'm
get that. But
frightened.
like,
Yeah, yeah, because at the end of the day, where women's spaces are being eradicated by men. Because at the end
yeah,
of the day, it doesn't matter what you call yourself. If you were born a boy and you grow up to be an adult, you're a man. All right? And
exactly.
with this ideology, there have been thousands of women and girls that have been essayed, right? Because
No,
of
for
this
real. Yeah, seriously.
ideology.
I
The
agree with that.
mutilation of young people. Pardon?
I know you don't agree with she and stuff like that, but you know, she, she's a huge forward, but
Mandora
she
is a
does
man. Mandora, the
no.
word she, listen, I'm being honest here. The word she, her, hers are reserved for females. She, her, hers are female sex pronouns. They're
Yeah.
female pronouns. I'm not calling no Mandora no she. He's a
No,
man.
I
He's
know,
a
I
man,
know,
and I
I
don't
know.
like him.
No, I understand. So I'll just say Adora instead. So like, so Adora didn't like what I had to say, and her like they all ganged up on me kind of, and they said that I had internalized transphobia, and I'm like, wait a second. And then I had another question to ask them. So I was like, well, if I'm trans and I understand biologically who I am, like, and I also understand like a brain can't even comprehend like a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm going completely off topic, but like when I got up there, and I don't know, like they said I had internalized transphobia, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, and I asked Adora, I was like, do you remember being like a child, being like, in the body you are? She's like, they said yes, and I was like, okay, do you remember your childhood and like your teenage years? And they were like, yes, and I was like, so what's your gender? And they said, oh, I'm a woman. I was like, okay, but biologically, what are you? And they said, I'm a woman. And then that's when they called me transphobic. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense because like I respect biological women and they're only on there for profit. So they are basically, they have these huge like followings and everything. And I hate that they represent the trans community just because they do that because the dolls don't do that. Like I get to accept the fact that I was this, yes, and I understand societal things, but I don't form to society. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna exert myself like that, like the way Adora does, and put myself out there because I mean, when they look like that, of course, of course, it's gonna be an issue. But what I don't like is that they make the hetero community like fear us, people that are actually trying, people that are actually wanting to look good because I feel like it's a luxury. I'm getting lost in convo. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, but my stance is that women's spaces needs to be protected, right?
And I agree.
There's too much.
Do you disagree in a way?
One is too
Because
much, and there I have over just this year alone, I have over 300 cases of women and girls being assaulted.
wait,
Not even girls
wait,
alone,
where
just
in what
children and
information
women
do
being
you?
assaulted by trans people.
Wait, where do you? Is that what you do? Like, where do you work and stuff? Like,
No, it's not what I work. I
um,
debate these topics and I look them up. But thank you so much for coming on,
yeah,
Victoria.
it's
I
no
want
problem.
opposition.
Yeah, whatever. If you ever
Yeah.
need me back, just let me know and we can continue to talk further. I'm sorry if I got lost in like context and stuff, but I do agree with you.
The mods are just kicking everybody. The mods are kicking everybody. Oh my goodness. All right, yeah. I believe that women's spaces should be protected for women. That's my stance. Only women. If you're not an adult human female, I don't want you in my space. That's just my stance. Just the other day, just weeks ago in Philadelphia, a trans woman was arrested, right, and charged with the sodomy of three boys. The youngest being 7, the middle child being 9. A trans woman, an LGBT activist in Philadelphia, charged with sodomizing 3 little boys. If you don't believe me, look it up. I spoke about it several days, right? Several days I spoke about it. Women have been assaulted in women's only spaces. Women are being, essayed in women's spaces. It's not something that I can agree on. If you disagree, please request. If you disagree, request. If you disagree, if you agree, do not request. The mods will boot you. The live is about civil discourse and conversations. We don't tolerate transphobia, homophobia, or heterophobia. No hateful rhetoric, ideology, or behavior. No bigotry, bullying, or harassment will be tolerated. Yeah, Mandora is a big man. That's no
I just want to know, are you a Christian?
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, I don't practice a religion, but Christ is king. What does that have to do with the conversation?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just trying to see where all the hatred is coming from. Like, where does that come
There's
from?
no hate here. There's only love. I love
But you're not
Mandora. I
speaking out
love
of
his
love, though.
penis. I love his testicles. I love his big manly hands. I love his big manly feet. I love his big manly chiseled jawline. I love his big manly strong neck. What do you mean hate? I don't hate.
Okay, so it's the live is just for engagement, then that's what it is. I see. Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm just
don't
asking.
hate. There's no hate here. I love Mandora.
Because
Even with his
it
inverted
kind of
penis,
sounds like
he's
an
all the man
obsession, if
that
I'm
I
being
need.
completely honest.
Mandora is all the man that I need. His mother birthed a son. I would give Mandora children if he didn't mutilate his penis. Mandora is a man, a big, strong Caucasian man with 3 strands of hair painted green.
Okay, but so you think
I
Adora's
don't know what
mentally ill?
you're talking about. Whatever you want to say, tell Mandora are the man that I need. I know he doesn't, have an OD penis, it's inverted, but I would sit on that chin. Tell him I would sit on his chin and baptize him with the Jamaican holy water and have him saying bumble clots and blood clots. Mandora is all the man that I need. Mandora is a man. Man, he's a man. He's my type of man. I like big, strong men. I like big, strong men with big, strong necks, big arms, big shoulders. He's the type of man that I like. I will hold on to the 3 strands of hair on his head and ride his face. You heard me. Mandora. Mandora. He's a man. A man. You acting like I'm saying something wrong. God said male and female created he them. There's nothing wrong with me being with Mandora. He's all the man that I need. He's all the man that I would want. Looking at those big, strong arms of his, right? It gets me hot. It gets me hot. And then look at Mel with her eyes social distancing in the background. I don't know why Mel's eyes are social distant. Even Mel's eyes want to run away from her face. You know you're horrible when your eyes are trying to move from your face to go to your ear. Look how far her eyes are apart. Look at her. Look at her. Miss Piggy ass bitch. Look at her. She looks like those mills that sleep with her son's little classmates. She looks like that bitch. She went on a meet and greet with one of the guys and she was schmexing him. She was schmexing him, telling him how handsome he was and all these things. And then when the guy tried to get the pum-pum, and because he rejected her because her punani stank, she talked about, oh, he essayed me. No, you didn't say. You didn't want your stank punani. Your stank punani repulsed him, lying ass biatch. Fat ass biatch. Look at her stomach just resting on her thighs. Look at her stomach resting on her thighs. You know you big when your stomach just rests on your thighs like that. I don't like Mel. She turned out her children. Do you know how unlikely it is for 2 of your kids to be a part of the alphabet cult? Do you know how unlikely it is for 2 of your kids to be members of the alphabet cult? She turned her son out to be a tranny. Then she turned her other son out to be a pansexual. How 2 of your kids, 2 of your sons, one is a pansexual. Pans can't even consent, but he wants to sex up the pans. And then your other son is a tranny. Mel is a failed mother. She's a failed mother. She failed. That's why she looks like that. She looks like Miss Piggy. Let me do it for you, Kermie. Let me do it for you, Kermie. Kermie, you know I love you, Kermie. Kermie! It's giving Sesame Street. Ugly ass bitch. Look how she filled up the entirety of the couch. She just filled up the couch, that big biatch. She just filled up the couch. Look at her. Just sitting there, looking like the blob. She looks like the blob. She looks like the big man-eating plant in the movie. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. I bet you she walks around the house saying, feed me. Feed me. Feed me. You know what she gets up, the first thing she does is eat. She's the type of bitch, the first thing she gets up, before she even checks her phone, she eats. She's like, let me see what I can eat today. Bitch is never full. Look at her. Fat ass bitch. You know you fat when your fingers look like sausages. You know you fat when your fingers look like sausages. Bitch's fingers look like mega sausages. Look at her. Big ass bitch Mel. Look at her. Ugly ass bitch. I don't like you. No top lip having ass bitch. Stank pussy bitch. Mel, you're disgusting. You turned your children out, and every day you're on Tickety Talk trying to turn other people's children out, talking about trans kids. There's no such thing. Leave children alone. Just because you ruined your children's lives doesn't mean that you should come on Tickety Talk and ruin other people's children's lives. Look at her. Roly-poly bitch. She's the type of bitch you can smell her pussy through her shirt collar. I bet you if Mel bends down right now, you can smell her vag through her shirt collar. She's got the type of punani. She got that punani that when she gets up, it stamps. She got that punani that when she gets up, flies pitch on the seat and they die. You know she got that pum pum. She got that pum pum that men just cover their noses even though they're hitting it. They're like, oh, let me just not. Let me just not. She's like, why are you covering your nose? He said, my sinus, my sinus, my sinus. Yeah, she got that kind of. She got that pum pum that stains men's penises for days. She got that pum pum that will leave your penis stained for days with the smell of rotten fish. She got that pum pum. She got it, stank pussy biatch. She got that green discharge. You know she got it. She got that discharge that melts the crotch of the panties. Burn a hole in it. Acidic. Acidic. I don't like these people. They're disgusting, vile creatures. Every day they come on the internet, and you know what they do? They want to turn your kids out. They want to talk about, oh, kids are trans, kids are this, kids are that. Let kids be themselves, bitch. Kids don't have power of attorney. Kids don't have bodily autonomy. You want to talk about, oh, you are your own person. If you feel this type of way, you should transition. You want to give children bodily autonomy so your tranny friends can molest them. That's what you want to do, stank bitch. Children are children. They're not their own persons. They're not their own entity. They are people's kids. Leave people's kids alone and go wash the folds of your stank, musty ass crotch. You and Mandora walking around with 2 cesspools between your thighs. You and Mandora walking around with 2 cesspools betwixt your thighs. Dirty people. Look at you. The live is about civil discourse and conversation. We don't tolerate transphobia, homophobia, or heterophobia. No hateful rhetoric, ideology, or behavior. No bigotry, bullying, and or harassment will be tolerated on my live. If you are homophobic, transphobic, or heterophobic, you will be blocked and muted. Don't come on here harass and bully anybody. We don't tolerate harassment or bullying of any sorts. No, go over there and tell tranny-ass Mandora and ugly-ass fat-ass bitch Mel to get over here. Look at Mandora. Look at him talking about he's a woman. I'm a woman. Which bathroom should I use? This man talks about the trannies are being genocide. No trannies are being genocide. There's a genocide on heterosexuality. There's a genocide on heterosexuality. Stop the genocide of heterosexuality. There's a genocide on straight men. There's a genocide on men. Every day men are attacked. Straight men are attacked. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, pink, or blue. You don't want to put your penis in Mandora's open wound that he pretends is a pum-pum? You're phobic. You're phobic. You're phobic. You're phobic. There's no such thing. I'm not afraid of no tranny bitch. Stop the genocide.
It's giving One Green Extension. It's giving Man in a Wheelchair from Scary Movie.
That's what you came on to say. It's giving Man in a Wheelchair from Scary Movie. You know what you're giving? You're giving HIV, herpes simplex 1 and 2. You're giving loose balls. You're giving my arsehole had no walls. You're giving I suck penis through glory holes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're giving I've been passed around more times than a rag doll. Oh, he's on my side? Oh, he's on my side? I didn't understand what was going on. You will pray for me, pray for your walls that don't exist. Pray for your walls that don't exist. If you agree with me, big up yourself. If you didn't, you got the roast. Okay? You're talking about you will pray for me, pray for your walls. Pray for your walls that have been obliterated. Pray that your body can build them up and rejuvenate them. That's what you should do. Oh, he was agreeing with me? Okay, big up yourself. Oh, he was cutting Mandora. I don't know. It's glitching. All right, guess. Big up yourself. Guess what was in here. Big up yourself. Much love to you, brother. Big up yourself. I thought it was opposition. That's why I cussed him out. But Mandora is giving the little man. It's true. He's right. He is right. He is giving the man from Scary Movie. I made this turkey with my bare hands. I made it turkey. And then he touched the turkey with his little fit hand. I made this turkey. I stuffed it all in there. I stuffed it all in there. And the man had 3 strands of hair just like Mandora. The man had 3 strands of hair just like Mandora. Both of them had 3 strands of hair. That gets 8. That gets 8. He ate. He ate. That's why I like the boys. You see the boys? You see the boys? Most of the boys, they don't agree with this tranny bullshit. They don't agree with it. They don't.